Hello friends and welcome to Game It Up. My name is Dave and I'm joined by Geoffrey.
Hi. Hi, Dave. You are Dave, right? That's your name, Dave?
Who?
Oh, no. Not Dave. It's Daniel. You're Daniel, right?
Do you know,
No.
my manager at work, where I'm working now, called me Daniel the other week and then everyone else started calling me Daniel.
That's kind of funny because I didn't know that, but it was like it was meant to be.
Exactly.
We were meant to be in this moment right now. Hello, everyone. Hi, Dave. Welcome to Game It Up. This is well, at least recording this. This is our first video we're doing together on Game It Up, so I'm pretty jazzed. How are you feeling? Excited?
Yeah, all right.
All right. Well, forget it. I guess we're not going to do any more videos. Bye.
All right, bye. All right, now he's gone. Let's go through predicting what Nintendo are going to do in 2024. So I've got a list of predictions here. Are you excited to hear them, Geoffrey?
No, not at all.
Oh, okay. Well, you better go then, haven't you? So
I know. Why am I even here in this video? Yes, I'm excited. I mean, we're recording this right at the beginning of the new year. It's January. It's 2024. There's so much freaking Nintendo stuff this year. So I'm excited to hear what your predictions are because you're a Nintendo guy and I am as well, but you have all the good info. So let's I want to hear the juicy tidbits.
Yeah, if I keep this to schedule, this will go up on the 3rd of January, whereas last year's prediction video went up on the 10th of January, so I'm already ahead of last year.
Which means that that means you'll get every prediction right because you're ahead of the game. That's how this works, right? So.
That's true. Yeah, I'll tell you how this works. So we'll go through what we think will happen this year. Then after that is the real fun bit, because I'm going to go through what my predictions were last year and see how many I got right.
I mean, that's going to be this is going to be how much people trust you, is like how many predictions do you get right? How much, what's the thing, the Nostradamus effect or something? So let's see how much you know about the future. This is a big test right now.
Yes. So yeah, a lot of these are just, obviously, this is all speculation. I do not work at Nintendo. My uncle doesn't work there. No one I know works there. Although, and yes, there's that photo of me outside Nintendo headquarters back in May, but I didn't go in there. I didn't talk to anyone. I don't know what they're doing. This is based on speculation on our part, and there's also, some of them are sort of sensible predictions based on previous patterns, but we all know Nintendo don't follow patterns, so who knows.
It's true. They like to do their own thing. We can all pretend we understand what's happening. We're probably going to get a Wii U 2 because it's Nintendo, let's be honest. Hopefully that wasn't one of your predictions. So.
It's not, but I'll go into the prediction the first now, which is sort of on that topic. I think this is the year we will see the Switch 2.
Okay, so so my first question with that is, do you think we're just going to see it, like get an example of what it's going to be like, or do you think it's actually going to release this year, 2024?
The exact thing I've written down here is Nintendo Switch 2 reveal for a Christmas release or early 25.
I mean, it makes sense.
So we will see it this year. Whether it comes out this year or not, I don't know, but we will see it.
Do you think Nintendo is going to be quote-unquote smart and just follow how like PlayStation does, PlayStation 4 or 5, etc., and they're just going to call it Nintendo Switch 2 for parody? Or do you think they're going to go crazy and call it something wacky and really throw everyone off?
Well, it didn't really work out for them last time they tried that with Wii. Like, if Wii U was called Wii 2, it might have done a bit better.
Yeah.
But, so, you know, like with the Switch reveal, it was like in October, they just randomly dropped a trailer, and then it came out in March of next year. So I reckon it'll come out, like, at the latest Q1 2025, but if they could get a November or December release, that would be amazing.
I mean, you would imagine they'd want to get it as close to the Christmas and Thanksgiving and all the different holiday season stuff. I know I said Thanksgiving. I'm in America. We celebrate it here. But you would think they'd want to do that to capitalize on how many people would want to buy one, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely. But then, you know, Nintendo, they don't tend to want to rush things like this out for a certain period. They will delay things if they need to. But but we'll see what happens. So that prediction sets up the next 4 predictions I've got. Anyway, so prediction the second, it relates to Metroid Prime 4, that game that got revealed 6.5 years ago, and we saw nothing after that. I think that will be a dual release. I think it will come out on the Switch, and it will also be a launch game on the Switch too, like what Breath of the Wild was.
That's a good prediction. I mean, that seems like a pretty stable bet. Do you think that's why they've been holding off so long? Is because they knew they wanted to wait for it to be a dual release?
Well, this month marks about 5 years, I think, since they announced they're restarting the game. Okay. And I think there's been enough time for them to have shown us something of it. So I reckon they are holding off for the Switch too for this game. But also, it will get a Switch release because they already announced it for the Switch.
It makes sense. I mean, that's a safe bet. I mean, you'd have to imagine people aren't going to rush out. Not everyone's going to rush out to buy a new Switch, depending on how much more powerful or whatever it is. So that's a good prediction. I mean, people are chomping at the bit for more Metroid Prime 4 news. So, okay, I'm down with that one. I can see that happening.
Okay, but then the problem we arise there, although Metroid Prime 4, I've no doubt will be a highly regarded, well-reviewed, well-polished game. But Metroid isn't exactly a system seller. So, although Zelda could launch a console, Mario can launch a console, I don't know if Metroid can. So, I reckon there'll be another Switch game, another Switch 2 launch game from Nintendo, and that is the rumoured Mario Kart X.
Okay, you got to fill me in on this because I didn't even know. I'm pretty aware of gaming stuff in general with some of my jobs that I do. I didn't even know there was a rumor about a new Mario Kart, so you got to tell me about this.
So it was revealed a few months ago. The rumor came out saying that Nintendo are making a new Mario Kart game, which is not surprising. They're always making a new Mario Kart game. And this one's going to be called Mario Kart X, as in 10, because Mario Kart Tour is the 9th Mario Kart, and it's apparently the most expensive game Nintendo has ever developed, so which is promising. And I reckon it's going to be a huge game. And if they really want to push this new system, a new Mario Kart, because Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, despite being a port, is the best-selling game on the Switch. So there's no way they've got the funds to make the most expensive game they've ever made for its next game. So I reckon this will be a launch game, and this would be a system seller.
I mean, yeah, it's Mario Kart. It's the best party game. People love it as the best kart racing game. It's a go-to even if you're not really even a gamer. I'm looking up really quick Mario Kart 8 Deluxe sales. I want to know how many as they've sold. So actually, okay, so as of September
60 million or something, isn't it?
As of September 30th, 2023, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and we're not even including the Wii U version Mario Kart 8 or anything else. The Mario Kart 8 Deluxe has sold 57.01 million units, and that was as of September, which means it's probably 70 million, or I have no idea. That's a lot, though.
It's probably more because Nintendo don't disclose digital sales.
Oh, yeah. So that's just physical sales. Good point.
Yeah. And also, the Wii U version, I think, sold 8 million, so...
Okay.
So add that to it.
Do you think that... I don't want to harp on the Mario Kart one for too long because I know you have more predictions, but I am curious because I kind of fell off of Mario Kart when they started doing all the booster courses and passes and whatever. Do you think this is going to be completely brand new everything, or do you think they're going to take some of the things, take some tracks and things like that from past Mario Karts, or will it be all 100% new? Do you think, as part of this prediction?
I reckon since the DS one, they've always had half of the courses be remake ones. They'll do 16 new ones and 16 retro. But if they did that still, 32 tracks, Mario Kart 8 now has 96 tracks in it. So they're going to have to do something really special. My thought is still Mario Kart Maker, just a track editor, so you can have whatever tracks you want then. But, because then I thought Metro Prime 4 and Mario Kart X, you got a single-player game, no more mature game, and you got your family-friendly party game launching a console. That would be a really good launch, I think.
I don't want to overstep if you have another prediction, so let me know. But do you have any other predictions about other launch games, or is that all we're going to talk about as far as launch?
That's all I've got for launch day games. Yes.
So I want to add one more thing into here, and everyone that's listening to this and watching this, let us know in the comments. It's fun to chat and hear everyone's predictions. So as you go along in this video, definitely let us know in the comments your predictions for Nintendo. But I have a strong prediction that they're going to do a brand new 3D Mario for a launch for Switch 2. What do you think?
Oh, that is my next prediction involves a new 3D Mario.
Okay, well, let's move into that prediction then. We can address it then.
Nice. So my fourth prediction is a new 3D Mario game will get revealed, but it will come out in the latter half of 2025.
So you think it'll be like a Super Mario Odyssey thing where Breath of the Wild was the launch, dual launch, and then Mario Odyssey came out later that year. Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, that's reasonable. But how cool would it be? I mean, think about how cool it would be if it was an actual launch game alongside the ones we've already talked about. How amazing would that be?
Oh, it would be amazing. I would love that, but I just don't see Nintendo like to pad out their release schedules, so I can't see them releasing a Mario platformer and Mario Kart on the same day.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good point. I can see that, but hey, these are just wishes and predictions, so I would just love to see that.
Yeah,
but you're right.
I mean, I'd love it if they did. If we got all three of those games on launch, I'm set.
Would it be, so do you think a new 3D Mario will be like Super Mario Odyssey 2, or will they do something completely new, if you had to guess?
I think they'll do something new. Okay. I mean, it's not written down as my prediction, so this doesn't affect my my score next year, but yeah, I think it'll be something different.
Okay.
And what that is, I'm no game designer. I'm not that creative, so I can't think of anything.
Plus, it's Nintendo. You could think of the most wacky thing that they would do, and then they would do something completely different anyway, so it wouldn't really matter.
True, yeah.
It's Nintendo. That's why we love them and hate them sometimes, I guess.
But whatever game it is, there will be a reference to World 1, Level 1 somewhere, because they always put that in, don't they?
I mean, they have to, because it's just like, it's a law. It's probably a law at like Nintendo offices. They have to incorporate that somehow. I'll tell you what.
Is there. It's like how Sonic always has to include Green Hill Zone and everything now.
Yeah, it's that nostalgic hit, you know. People want to like feel that, but on a modern way to play it. So, I'll tell you what, a new 3D Mario in the same year, at least, of the Switch 2 or whatever they call it, would be amazing. I mean, the only reason I bought the first Switch, I did buy Breath of the Wild, but that's not my type of game, was because of Super Mario Odyssey. So having a 3D Mario the same year, whenever that comes out, would be so cool.
Oh yeah, but say if the Switch 2 came out like early 2025 and then Mario Odyssey 2, for example, came out in September, whatever, that's still the same year.
Well, we'll see what happens. Let us know in the comments, everyone. What's your favorite 3D Mario? I want to know. Mine's Super Mario Odyssey. What's your favorite 3D Mario game?
Well, that's the thing. Objectively, I think Mario Odyssey is one of the best games I've ever played, but
okay,
for that nostalgia, you know, Mario 64 is always going to be my favourite.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, what's next? What's your next prediction? Let's go to the next one. Okay, I'm excited to hear what else you have.
This is the last prediction that relates to the Switch 2. It's going to be fully backwards compatible with the Switch.
Okay, let's unpack this. Do you think that's going to be fully backwards compatible, including everything digital with like their Nintendo Online service, or do you mean just backward compatible with their cartridges?
It needs
not cartridges. What am I trying to say?
It needs to be backwards compatible with everything. I think, like, just obviously it'll have its own eShop, but if there's a way, kind of like how on the Wii U, you could switch. There was like on the menu there was a channel that let you basically turn your Wii U into a Wii, and you could access everything you downloaded on the Wii onto there, as well as the physical games. So something like that, if there's a way to so you can maybe not necessarily buy things from the Switch eShop, but everything you've downloaded onto your Switch from the eShop can be used on the Switch too.
Gosh, you would have to hope that as archaic as some of Nintendo's online everything is, including the eShop. I mean, the eShop is such a chore to go through, considering it's just loading web pages or whatever. you would have to hope that Nintendo's learned enough, or at least something enough, that they make a cohesive online service where there's parity. When you think of things like your Steam library or even Xbox and PlayStation, how you can easily transfer between consoles, you would have to hope Nintendo does that where it's your physical and digital. That would be awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, they need to. But I agree, the Switch 2 should have its own eShop that starts again, essentially. But let us access what we got on the Switch as well.
Okay. That's a good prediction. I like that. I mean, that seems like a pretty... I don't know. Don't you think it seems like I don't want to say safe bet, but it seems like a pretty solid thing that could happen.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand the Switch 2 not being not being backwards compatible with Wii U, because obviously it was a completely different format. But use the same sort of cartridges, or I'll have 2 cartridge slots like the DS did, so you can put Switch games in. Mm-hmm. And just let us, so if like Shovel Knight comes to the Switch 2 eShop, we don't have to buy it again. We can just use the one we've already bought on the Switch.
Yeah.
Right, just do stuff like that.
That's an awesome prediction. I like it. So, okay, so you said that was the last...
My other reason for saying... Yeah, my other reason for wanting it to be backwards compatible is... although we haven't talked about this for a long time, because it's been finished for a while, is Smash Brothers. You know, they did such a huge roster, all that DLC for Ultimate, and everyone's saying, well, the next Smash game can't be as big. Sakurai himself said it can't be as big. But what if for Switch 2 Smash Brothers, they do a Mario Kart 8 and just release a complete version of Smash Ultimate, or just let you play your existing copy on there, and then just do another Fighter's Pass?
That would seem like a thing Nintendo would do. Yeah, you could see that. But how would they add new fighters? Because isn't Sakurai not doing that stuff anymore?
Well, we don't know what he's doing. He keeps on saying he's done with Smash, but he keeps coming back.
Gotcha. All right. Well,
if it's just DLC, he doesn't have to make the game from the ground up or anything.
Yeah, true. I mean, that game has to have sold like a bajillion copies as well. You'd have to imagine, right? So
over 20 million, definitely.
And if they did like a re-release of it with all of it included, I mean, people would gobble that up. I mean, there's no doubt about that. So
yeah, absolutely. Anyway, so that's my last prediction related to Switch 2. So that's 5 predictions related to that. So the other 7 are to do with the Switch.
All right, I'm excited to hear them. Let's hear these predictions, Nostradamus.
Right, so let's talk about Zelda. I reckon we're not going to get a new Zelda game, but I reckon we're going to get those long-awaited ports of Wind Waker and Twilight Princess.
How the heck? Oh my gosh! How the freaking heck do we not have Wind Waker and Twilight Princess on Switch? It is insane to me that has not happened yet.
I know, and I want them to do what they kind of did with the Pikmin 1 and 2, where you can buy them separately or buy them as a pair, but they're not going to be full price each. It'll be like, what was it, like half the price of a full game, wasn't it? Or you can buy them together as one pack. Yeah.
Would this be something you think would come out like at the end? Okay, so I know we don't know the Switch 2, but based on the rumors or the things that we're saying that it's either at the end of 2024 or the beginning of 2025, when do you think they would release a Wind Waker and Twilight Princess pack then?
I reckon summer.
Of 2024, right? The summer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, I guess that makes sense. Yeah.
Because we know what Nintendo are bringing for the first few months of this year. You got the Mario vs Donkey Kong remake. We got that Princess Peach game, and something else I've forgotten. But
the Luigi's Mansion 2.
In the summer. Yeah, that's in the summer. And we got the Paper Mario remake as well, which I'm excited for.
Yes.
So what backs this up is because obviously the Switch is nearing the end of its life. We're getting remakes and ports now.
I mean, that's kind. I mean, Nintendo have been banging out, like, it's crazy how on top of that they are. Like, they're able to fill gaps of time between their big releases so well. It's impressive, and with high quality. Like, the fact that they can have all these games announced. You know, you think about like the Metroid Prime. What was it? The Metroid Prime remastered one that came out as that was a shadow drop, right?
It was a shadow drop, yeah.
Like the way that they're able to do this stuff is incredible.
Yeah, and then like, they did the Pikmin 1 and 2, and obviously with Paper Mario Thousand Year Door, and they're all GameCube games. So Wind Waker, Twilight Princess, they were GameCube games. Nintendo are remaking their GameCube games for Switch. Let's carry on with that.
I mean, yeah. Speaking of, is there any like GameCube games that are maybe more of a hidden gem? This is off topic, but I'm curious because I love the GameCube as well. What GameCube game that's maybe not one you'd expect that you want to see as a remake? Whether or not that would ever happen or not, I'm curious for you.
I would say Patience, because my answer is one of my later predictions.
Okay, all right. Well, then I'm clearly... Okay, this is going to be... No one... I have two answers. One, everyone will agree with, Eternal Darkness, Sanity's Requiem.
Oh, yeah.
My second, no one will agree with, and no one will probably have heard of, so I'm going to really show my cards of how much I love obscure games. There's this GameCube game called Spirits and Spells. It's a little 3D platforming game all about Halloween. No one ever talks about it, but I adore that game every Halloween. So if they did a remake of that, I would be on cloud nine, but that will never happen. So.
I've never heard of it.
Exactly. That's my... If you've heard of Spirits and Spells, please let me know in the comments because we need to be friends.
Nice.
Anyway, we can move on until we get to yours. Yeah. But Eternal Darkness, that could happen one day.
Yeah, that would be... I didn't put that down, actually, but... Yeah, that would be really good one to remake, definitely.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway,
yeah. All right.
Anyway, so prediction number 7. We're over halfway through my predictions now on this one.
Okay.
So we talked about this in its own video a few years ago, but a new Donkey Kong game, I think, is due.
Oh, yeah, we did. We did a... that was, I think, back in 2021 when I was... The Indie Gaming Guild stuff. Yeah, we did a video about DK. Look at that. We're going back in time. That's exciting. Two and a half
years ago, we did a whole video talking about what Donkey Kong game will get announced at E3, and Donkey Kong wasn't even mentioned at E3 that year. So.
And there hasn't even been a... When did the Tropical Freeze version come out on Switch? How long ago was that? Do you remember?
2018.
Holy cow, that was really that long ago? Oh my gosh. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so that's what, 6 years ago now.
So you think a new Donkey Kong is going to be announced? That's your prediction?
Tropical Freeze itself is 10 years old this year.
Oh, but it's a banger. It's a banger of a game. It's so good.
They said, like that last Nintendo Direct, it was leaked that there's going to be a new Donkey Kong game, but it was a remake of Mario vs. Donkey Kong. It turned out to be. So we're getting that in February. So there is but I'm thinking a proper Donkey Kong Country or a 3D one. Either which, it could either be announced for Switch, but I think more likely one of the Switch 2 games that they don't reveal anything, but kind of like how in that initial Switch trailer it showed Mario Odyssey briefly but didn't tell you anything about it. It'll be something along the lines of that. It'll get revealed.
So do you have a hope, or I don't know if this is part of your prediction, do you think it'll be like a 3D Donkey Kong game like DK64? Do you think / hope it'll be a 2D version or 2D 2.5D?
I hope it's 3D.
Okay, that's fair. I can't remember what we talked about in that last video, but I think you said the same thing, right?
That was my number one. That was my number one choice, preferred option.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yes.
Okay, I mean that's a good prediction. I would, man, like you, I would be so pumped for that. I love DK games. So yeah, let's hope that happens. Mm-hmm. It will eventually, but hopefully soon.
Mm-hmm. All right. Prediction next. Number 8. I was thinking about every year there's some sort of Pokemon release, and the last year we just had was the DLC packs for Scarlet and Violet. So I'm thinking, what else? I don't think it's time for Gen 5 remakes yet, but I think they could do a second Pokemon Legends game.
Okay. So is that the prediction, a new Pokemon Legends?
Yeah, Pokemon Legends 2. Whether that's Pokemon Legends Mew or Celebi or whatever legendary they name it after. Okay. I think it's time for that now.
Okay.
Because Legends Arceus was very well received, and for its obviously different type of Pokemon gameplay. And there's a lot more they can do with that system they came up with.
It's a good prediction. I mean, it's Pokemon. They get games out as much as they can, so that seems like a safe bet.
They do.
I don't I don't have too much to say about it. I fell off Pokemon a long, long time ago, but I can totally see them doing some sort of a bigger new release again. They just need to keep that quality up because Scarlet and Violet, those were something.
But the thing is, I will say, not that I'm defending what they did with those games. I mean, I enjoyed them definitely, but they still sold insanely well, like 20-something million, despite all that. And I'm like, yeah, they could rush out a game like that, have it be a glitchy mess and sell 20 million, or they can spend an extra year on it and make it all polished and then sell 20 million. That seems to be how they're operating, so people need to stop buying them, don't they?
But it's not going to happen. I mean, it just won't happen. They sell so well. Like even they could be broken messes, and people will still buy them. But here's hoping that maybe they'll release a really polished one. Because Arceus,
I'd like that. Yeah,
is it Arceus or Arceus?
The Pokemon developers have said either way is fine.
Okay, it doesn't matter. Okay, because that game was pretty.
The thing is,
go ahead.
When you say it in England, everyone sniggers because arse is how you say ass. So
okay.
yeah. Anyway, carry on.
No, that's all I got. So all right. So Pokemon Legends game. That seems like a safe bet. So okay. Well, what's the next prediction you got? I'm excited to hear what the rest are.
This is probably another safe bet, actually. I think we're going to see a Kirby game that's actually going to be a spin-off. It's not going to be a platformer. It's going to be a spin-off. Yeah,
Wasn't
like a puzzle game
Kirby
or a
pinball
racing game or... Sorry?
Wasn't there a Kirby pinball game?
There was, yes. It's
Tilt and Rumble?
It was on the Game Boy, wasn't it?
Yeah, Tilt and Rumble. Was that what it was?
Yeah, I think it was on the Game Boy or Game Boy Color.
Maybe I'm getting confused because I remember Sonic Spinball, but now I'm thinking Kirby. It doesn't matter. Anyway, Kirby. So Kirby spin-off. What kind of a Kirby spin-off?
I think it's called Kirby Pinball Land.
Oh, yeah, that's probably right. So what kind of a spin-off do you think it'll be in your prediction?
I'm just gonna be a bit cheeky and just say spin-off in general, but
okay.
It could be a puzzle game or a racing game maybe, because we've already got a mini game based one in that. I suppose that was a racing game as well, that Dream Buffet, but maybe like a Kirby Air Ride remake. There's a GameCube remake I didn't mention earlier.
Ooh, that's a good shout out. Ooh, how about this? Are you ready?
Yeah.
How about Kirby Battle Royale?
Doesn't that exist?
I don't know, does it? I mean, Kirby just eats and swallows everybody, so it's already violent in its own weird
you mean like
way.
100 people online?
Yeah, I mean like Fortnite, but with Kirby only. I don't mean this seriously, but that would just be hilarious because Kirby's an eating mean machine that just eats everybody, so...
Kirby Battle Royale is a brawler multiplayer video game in the Kirby series on the 3DS.
What? Okay, well, hey, look at that. So, no, I don't mean that seriously, but you could see Kirby doing something wacky like that,
Oh yeah, that would be fun actually. Yeah, some sort of Kirby spin-off, not platformer. That's the prediction.
Okay, it's a good prediction.
So you'll just have to lump it. Yeah.
All right.
So now we're going to go back to the GameCube remake question you gave me earlier. The one I'd like the most, and that is, we are going to see it. I keep on wanting this, but we're going to see it this year. The F-Zero GX remake.
Whoa. Do you think that's going to happen? Do you actually think it's going to happen?
Nintendo acknowledged the franchise's existence by releasing a F-Zero 99, a Battle Royale F-Zero last year. So, GameCube remake. They seem to be doing them now, so F-Zero GX, it's a Sega developed it, get Sega on board to remake that, do it.
Just do it, Nintendo, just make it happen.
30 racers online.
I mean, people have been clamoring for that for ever, it feels like, to have a GX remake, or just a brand new one.
And when it was in 2012, it was like 12 years ago now, and when Shigsy said about the reason they haven't done a new one is because they can't think of new ideas for it, and I'm like, F-Zero's never had online. There's your new thing for it.
There you go.
Just do a F-Zero GX port, F-Zero GX HD, whatever you want to call it. Just put that on the Switch. You're doing it with your other games. You're just putting GameCube ports on there. Do that with F-Zero.
Oh, yeah, people would. I mean, you look at the Metroid Prime Remastered. Again, that was a cheaper price, and there was a shadow drop. People bought that game like hotcakes, and it was one of the best reviewed or best, game of 2023. Yeah. So many people put it in their list of the best games. So that could be the same with F-Zero GX.
Yeah, do it. Oh, man, I'm excited now. It's not happening yet, but I'm excited.
Did you like F-Zero 99? Because I really liked that.
Yeah, I like F-Zero 99. I haven't played it as much as I'd like to, but I do enjoy it. Yeah, I'm not very good at it. I did stream it when it first came out, and I was terrible.
Well, it's not an easy game to get. It literally is a battle royale of F-Zero-ness. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's a good one. I like that prediction.
The reason why I'm so passionate about F-Zero GX, by the way, is because I had it on the GameCube, but I'm a very stupid person. I lent it to someone and they never gave it back to me, and I don't know exactly who I lent it to.
Oh, no.
And the last few weeks, I've been trying to bid for it on eBay, but then they keep bidding higher than I want to pay for it, so... Yeah. But then I know the moment I buy it second-hand for a higher price, Nintendo will announce a remake.
I mean, yeah, that's just how fate happens. I'm looking at the price right now because I've been on a kick of buying some retro games lately, and there's this site that I buy retro games from a lot, not eBay, but it's F-Zero GX in US dollars is $93. So it's not the worst, but that's pretty pricey for a older racing game. So it's pretty expensive in US dollars. Yeah.
Our most common, I suppose, second-hand game shop in the UK, as in number of branches, called CEX, and it's £45 in there, which is around what you would have paid for it when it was new back in the day. So it's not too bad, but I'm still the thought that CEX would have bought that off someone for about £15 that's what puts me off,
Yeah, I mean, if that's just how the whole trade-in, even with GameStop, here that's how the whole trade-in thing. You get $1 for something, and they sell it for $3,000. So,
yeah.
Okay, well, that would be awesome if that came true for sure. All right, what's next?
Okay, so the 11th, second to last prediction. This is a blanket prediction, as I call it. I'm going to name a bunch of Nintendo franchises. We will see nothing of these franchises. Okay. Kid Icarus, Animal Crossing, Wario, Yoshi, Punch-Out, Pikmin, unless there's DLC for Pikmin 4, Fire Emblem, and Star Fox. We will see nothing of those.
Can you read that list again? I'm trying to I can just read it off again quickly. I want to hear all those again so I can have some thoughts.
I'll name each one and you just say yes or no if you think. Okay, so Kid Icarus.
Wait, am I saying yes or no if it's going to or not going to?
What do you think there'll be, Kid Icarus?
No, that's all I got. You can move on to the next one. I'm just gonna go through rapid fire.
Yeah, Animal Crossing.
I think yes.
Okay, Wario.
No. Wait, really quick. I want to interject. I hope they do a remake of, what was it, Wario World on GameCube? Was that it, Wario World?
Oh, yeah, that's another GameCube remake, isn't it?
I want to see that.
My thoughts on Wario is the fact that just a few months ago we got a new WarioWare game, so that's why I was thinking no to Wario.
But a remake of the GameCube version? That would be cool. Anyway, sorry, go ahead.
It would, yeah. The Yoshi.
No.
Punch-Out.
No.
Okay, Pikmin, unless there's DLC for Pikmin 4, which I don't think there will be.
No, it's too new still.
Yeah. Fire Emblem.
No Fire Emblem.
And Star Fox.
I think yes on Star Fox. So I guess to sum it up, I would say, based on your predictions, I would say yes on Star Fox and yes on Animal Crossing. That we'll hear something this year.
Nice. And good Star Fox could be a GameCube remake as well for Adventures or Assault.
It could. They could do something weird and wacky with it. I mean, I don't know what that would be, but I could see them doing something weird and wacky with Star Fox. I only say Animal Crossing because obviously New Horizons is still, of course, relatively still pretty new, but they stopped making all new content for it, even though people were clamoring at the bit to get anything new Animal Crossing, even just some like extra DLC or furniture or decor or whatever. So in my brain, I'm like, well, maybe they're going to do a brand new one and they want to tease people about it. It seems unlikely, but I do think there's a possibility of it. So.
Maybe a tease in the Switch 2 trailer if there is one.
Or a remake of the OG Animal Crossing on GameCube. That would be silly, but it would also be pretty funny to see that. So
that would be good. What if, because I believe the first Animal Crossing in Japan was on the N64 originally.
Was it? I didn't know that. That's cool.
I think so. It was called Animal Forest, I think, and then it came to GameCube outside of Japan. But I might be wrong there. But what if they just put that on the N64 app?
Oh man, people would be so jazzed for that. That'd be awesome.
Anyway, and then my final prediction is related to that. I think we're going to get Diddy Kong Racing on there this year.
Oh, dude, that would be so cool. It's my copy sitting right behind me right now. I'm looking at it.
Nice. Oh yeah, my copy's to the right of me. But yeah, I think so they've released everything they'd previously announced finally now. So the next wave should be soon. And really, what Nintendo own right now that isn't on there is Smash Brothers and Donkey Kong 64. Both games that my brother and I got for Christmas on the same day, basically. So it's weird that those two are still together. But then we know from Banjo GoldenEye and Jet Force Gemini that Rare's games are up for grabs, and what better one than Diddy Kong Racing?
Oh my gosh, that would be amazing. Isn't Diddy Kong Racing like one of your favorite games of all time, or just racing games or something?
It was. I've mentioned it in 2 top 10 podcasts. It's in my favourite games of all time. I think it was number 8 or 9, and it was number 1 in my favourite racing games.
So let me ask you this then. I mean, I love it too. I think you're probably a bigger fan, but I have fond memories of it. Would you rather see, if you could have your Nintendo wish, we're after Christmas now, but if you could have a late Christmas wish, would you prefer to have Diddy Kong Racing as just going on to the N64 app thing, or would you rather have a full-on, like, loving remake, remaster, whatever, of Diddy Kong Racing? Which would you prefer?
Kind of like what Crash Team Racing got.
Yeah. Which would you prefer? Like the classic, just on modern hardware, or a full-on from the ground up with all new everything like Crash or Spyro?
If it was like faithful, because the thing that worries me, is the remake it got on the DS, where they changed so many things, and I didn't like that remake. So if it was like so they did sort of gimmicky touchscreen stuff for the silver coins and all that, and if it was exactly 1-to-1 like Crash Team Racing or the Crash and Spyro platforms are, then yes, a remake.
Okay.
And
so you just want to see it.
Put in new tracks and content, whatever, but don't jeopardize what's already there.
So you just want to see it in some shape, form, or fashion this year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, if it was on the N64 app, then it means I wouldn't have to pay any money to play it. So,
Well, any extra money, but yes, that's a good point.
Yeah, exactly. But
okay, I love it. That's a great prediction, man. I love it.
From what I've, it's been a few years since I've played it on the N64, but it's aged really well.
Oh yeah,
and it's a sort of game that playing it with the Switch controller and handheld won't jeopardize the game, because some games like GoldenEye and Jet Force Gemini in particular, it's a lot more comfortable with the N64 controller than with Switch controllers. So it's Diddy Kong Racing wouldn't have that problem. So yeah, I'd say it'd be great on there.
I love it. That's an awesome prediction. So is that's all the predictions you had, right?
That is. That's 12. I've made 12 predictions this year.
Okay.
And we'll see in a year's time. We'll get back together and go through them and see how accurate I was out of these 12.
And let us know in the comments, again, as I said, like, if you're watching this, listening to this, which of these predictions that Dave has, and I kind of interjected as well, which ones do you think are possible? Which ones are going to come true? What are your predictions? It doesn't matter how wacky or crazy or off the wall they are. What are your Nintendo predictions? I know both of us would love to read that.
Yeah, definitely. I'd like to see that. Give us some more ideas of stuff to get excited about for no reason.
And maybe we could even do, like, at some point, or maybe in like a couple months, if we get some really cool suggestions or enough, we could almost do like a commenter, like community one where it's here's everyone else's suggestions. That'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be cool actually. Yeah. So before we sign off, let's rattle through my predictions from last year and see how accurate I was.
Yeah, go for it.
Are you ready to keep score of this?
Wait, what?
So, in 2022, I made 15 predictions and got 5 of them right.
Okay.
In 2023, I made 17 predictions, and let's see how many of those I got right.
Okay, let's go for it.
So prediction the first. I said there will be a new Mario platformer, whether 2D or 3D. I was right there.
And you were right. We got Wonder.
Yeah. Okay, number 2, I said no Mario spin-off, sports or parties. I was right there. We got Mario RPG, but I specified sports or party.
Yeah. Well, when did Mario Party Superstars come out? Was that
2021?
Okay. All right. So no. So yes.
Yeah.
So you were right on that one. Okay.
So, yeah.
That's 2.
Yeah. Okay. I said the Mario Kart DLC, the 3 waves, will come out in April, August, and December. They actually came out in March, July, and November. I was one month ahead on all 3 of them.
So should we give you like a half point for that?
No, I get no points for that.
Okay, no points for that. Okay, all right, close though.
Okay, I said Mario Party Superstars, we just mentioned, that will get DLC.
Oh, it's so sad. It's so sad. They could have done so much with that. Oh gosh. Okay.
But I'm wondering now, this isn't part of my predictions for this year, but I'm wondering whether now the Mario Kart DLC's done, maybe they'll do it for Mario Party in the same way, where it's just on the expansion pack if you have it.
It seems like it's a little too late at this point. I mean, it's not the same as Mario Kart that has the same zeitgeist all the time. I mean, I would love that. Don't get me wrong. I have the game, but it just seems like it's a little too. It's after the party now, if you will. It'd be late to the party, if you will.
Mario Party used to be an annual release, so they'd probably just do another one, wouldn't they? A new one.
Well, it's a prediction. I'll make that as my prediction then. Sure.
Yeah, all right. New Mario Party game.
All right. So you have 2 right so far still.
Yeah. So my 5th one was a new Donkey Kong game, which didn't happen.
Womp womp. Okay.
Okay, I said, I was hoping I was wrong on this one, but sadly I was right. I said Tears of the Kingdom will be the only Zelda game.
Yeah,
right, no, as in
there
won't. I said there won't be Twilight Princess or Wind Waker, so
yeah.
I was right there.
Okay, so you're at 3 right so far.
I said they'll do a proper reveal of Metroid Prime 4.
Definitely not. No, maybe in like 10 years. In 10 years, you'll be right on that.
But I might be right on this still, because I said it'll get given a 2024 release date, so it's still good.
It still could, technically, yes. All right, okay.
Okay, I think this next one, number 8, I should get half a point here, because I said there will be a reveal of either Metroid Prime Trilogy or a remake of Metroid Prime 1, but I said it'll be in the latter half of the year. So there was that remake of Metroid Prime 1, but it was in the first half of the year.
All right, we'll give you half point then, so you're at 3.5 points.
Okay, Pikmin 4 we already knew was happening, but I said it'll get a proper big reveal at E3. Isn't that a joke? E3 was still happening at that point.
Now it's completely gone forever now.
And I said it's going to get either a September or October release date, which it got a July release date, so I was wrong there.
Okay, I would have been willing to give you half point, but that's fine. We'll stick with 0 point.
No. I said Fire Emblem Engage will be the only Fire Emblem release outside of DLC, which I was right there.
Okay, 4.5 points.
That was quite a safe prediction, that though.
I mean, yeah, but you never know. You never know.
I said this, and this wasn't announced at the time when I predicted this. I said Pokemon Scarlet and Violet will get 2 DLC packs in the same style as Sword and Shield's got, and it did. So yes, I was right there.
That's an awesome one. All right, so you're 5.5. You're doing pretty good so far.
I said in the run-up to Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild's DLC packs will get added as a free bonus to NSO expansion pack, like Splatoon 2's did, but that didn't happen.
Oh, that would have been a smart idea, though. That would have been great.
Yeah, they did it with Splatoon, but yeah.
That's a smart idea.
Number 13. So this was my blanket no to these franchises. And I actually put F-Zero in it this time. I was more sensible then. So F-Zero, Kid Icarus, Yoshi, Wario, Star Fox, and Punch-Out. WarioWare got a game. Does that count?
Yeah.
Okay, so can I get half a point for that?
I mean, I don't got half a point. You mentioned like 6 games there. You can get like a sixth of a point. So you're at 5 and we'll just give you half point. Fine, you're at 6 points.
Yeah,
fine, we'll give you. I don't want to do the math, so you're at 6 points.
All right. Okay, so 4 more predictions. So I said, there won't be anything to do with Xenoblade or Bayonetta outside of the Origins game we already knew about and the DLC, which I think that was a safe bet. They weren't going to release anything for those.
Yeah.
Outside of what we already knew. So.
Okay.
I said Advance Wars will finally get released, which it did.
Okay. You're at 8 points so far. You're doing good. You're at 8 points already. That's pretty solid.
That's good. So, I said there won't be any Kirby games outside of that remake we already knew about. So not even any smaller eShop ones, which I was right.
Okay, man. You're doing good. Okay.
And finally, and I'm very proud of this one, I said we're going to get Game Boy Color games to NSO and GBA games to the expansion pack.
And we did.
And we did. I was proud of getting that one right. So that's was that 10?
That's 10. I mean, that's pretty darn good. I mean, to get 10 out of what was that, 15? That's again, you might have some Nostradamus power in you. So
some of them are pretty safe bets.
Yeah, but still, it's Nintendo. You never know, right? So
true.
Okay, well, that was fun. That was fun hearing which ones. You did pretty good. So now we'll have to see if this next year you'll have gotten more or less right. So
nice.
Okay.
All right. So let us go. As we said, let us know what you think will happen this year. Make sure you subscribe to us because we'll go through your predictions. If we get enough predictions in those comments, we'll make a video reading your guys' predictions out. How's that sound?
Yeah, that's good. So we'll definitely want to get you guys in the feedback in the comments. So let us know. We would love to continue to make stuff like this. So
comment and subscribe. That'll be a fun video, I think. And also, so keep up with us this year as we react to things that do happen. And we're going to do plenty of streaming and other videos. So, we are game it up, aren't we, Geoffrey?
We are. We're gaming it up as we do. So I appreciate y'all watching. We got lots of good stuff in store. So thank you for watching. Thank you for taking the time. We'll see you very soon in the next one.
Definitely. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.